Hello, my lovely Serene Dream here with another Fill Me In general energy reading. And this reading is a timeless reading. It could resonate with you at any time that you find it. It could resonate with you for the day, the week, the month, or even the year. But it is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. So only take what resonates. Leave what does not. Reverse the messages if that's how it fits your situation. If you'd like to check out your monthly zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of the year or your love forecast for the rest of the year, you can go ahead and check out the Vimeo links below to view those. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, link to that information below as well. And follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance. And let's go ahead and get into your messages for this time. Okay, I'm getting this energy of, okay, I was about to say something, but I'm being stopped, so let me tune in to find out what the actual message is. I'm hearing point of no control. So I feel like you're in a place where you feel as if you can't control what's happening to you. You can't control what's happening around you. It just feels like you're in this place that everything is just kind of moving you along and moving about in a very uncontrollable way around you. And it's like I feel like you want some semblance of control, but I feel like you're in a part of your life or the part of your journey where you're being carried, and it feels, I'm hearing, very uncomfortable to you. I'm getting like everything you try at this point, it just doesn't work out the way you anticipated. It just feels like, it almost feels as if the universe is working against you, but the reality is the universe is working for you. It's just that you expect things to play out a certain way, to look a certain way, people to behave a certain way, because maybe that's what you're used to. Maybe you're used to having that sort of effect on your environment in your life where you had that type of control. You can some of you had the ability to manipulate energy, and you got so used to using that power that now being in this place where you're being carried, it's like I'm getting someone being carried on a raft on an ocean wave, and it's like there's no paddles. You can't control the way the wave is moving the raft. It's just, you're safe, you're in a raft, but it's like you have no choice but to move in whichever way the wave is moving you. And I just get that that's the energy going on right now, with the part of your journey that you're on. You're being moved, but it's just, you're expecting things to happen a certain way. You're expecting just I'm just getting like you're expecting certain outcomes, certain energies, and I feel like you're even again attempting actual things, and they're just not working out the way you planned, and it's causing this frustration. But I get that the way you want things to work out is not conducive to your growth. It's not conducive to the path that you're on. So you may want something to happen a particular way. You may want something to happen in a particular time. But if it happened the way you want it, I feel like it could mess up the outcome. And I do get that the outcome that you have on the horizon is very, very beautiful. And it's like the universe at this point is, God is not allowing you to interfere with the outcome, because he needs this to pan out or play out a certain way. And if he allows your hand to get in it, it could affect that. And he can't take those chances. So it's just, no, it's just like, hands off, keep your hands off, it's like you're in a ride and they tell you, before the ride starts, keep your hands in the vehicle or keep your hands inside, whatever it is, whatever type of ride you're on, keep your hands inside, and they buckle you up. So you're just going for the ride, but you have no control. You're buckled in, your hands are constrained, your body is constrained, and you're just on this ride, letting it do whatever it's designed to do. And I just get that God has a perfect design for this part of your life, because I feel like I'm hearing it's critical. You're almost at the point of an end. Not to say that your journey is going to end and that's just all you have for your life, but I feel like it's something, a very critical part of your journey is coming up, and this needs to be handled with a lot of care, and it's very delicate, so it's a very intricate design. It's like God allowed you to, manipulate energy and control certain things up until this point, but now it's like the last little remnants of this part of your journey. It's like he can't afford, like, it's so intricately designed, he can't afford for you to come in and put your touch on it. He's like, get in the ride, keep your hands inside, buckle up, I got this. But I get that you're almost at the point of something very critical, like a very critical point in your journey, and the outcome is going to be very beautiful. You're going to be very happy with it. But again, it's like until it gets to that point of it playing out fully, you're just going to be frustrated because you're like, I don't know. It seems like all of a sudden the energy shifted. Like all this power and control you had, it just like, it left your hands. And you're like, I don't know what happened. You feel like you're losing your juice, like you're losing your zest, or, your power has been stripped away. And momentarily it has, but again, it's for a good purpose. It's for a good reason. Because when this plays out, I feel like I'm hearing you're going to be on the top. So whatever it is that you have coming for you, I feel like you're going to be in a very top position, maybe even for some of you a top ranking position. And yeah, this is why God can't afford you to come in and get your hands in it and just risk messing it up. Because I get like it's at this point, or at least what's going on with you, I feel like you're too emotional. And if you were to be given your usual power, I feel like you could be making rash decisions based on emotions rather than logic, because that's just the point that you're in. You could find yourself being emotionally triggered a lot at this point in your journey for several reasons, not just one. And it's throwing you off. And like I said, it's affecting your reasoning. It's affecting the way you would normally behave or the way you would normally react. And that's why God just, took over, because he's like, okay, I know that, they're going to do this when I need them to do this, and they're gonna like mess this part up. So I know they're not in the right space right now. Something is going on with you that is you're just being emotionally triggered a lot right now. And for that reason, you would find yourself reacting differently, behaving differently, maybe becoming a lot more sensitive. And like I said, reacting rash, and maybe even messing up the outcome that God has planned for you. So that's why he's taking that responsibility of the control away from you momentarily. Like I said, he's gonna give it back, but it's like right now it's like you're too close to the finish line, you're too close to the goal for him to risk you making any wrong moves and like causing yourself to deviate from the goal and the time in which you need to reach there. Because I'm also getting I'm seeing a timer, I'm getting in my head a vision of a race, and like I'm seeing a timer, but instead of the timer just timing like however long the race goes on, I'm getting that it's a countdown. And so you need to reach this particular place by a particular time. And he's just kind of like, God is just kind of like, okay, I'll handle it. I got it. You just sit back and go along for the ride. And I feel like this does not feel good to you because you're not used to being this helpless. I just get that you have gotten very used to, like I said, manipulating energy, having a semblance of, having not just a semblance of control, but a lot of control. I'm getting that a lot of you could have the power of manifestation. And so like when you want something, when you want a certain outcome, it's like you can almost create it. instantaneously. And right now it's like that you don't have that power. It's like you have like a wand in your hand and you're trying to zap things to, but it's like the wand isn't working and you're like, why isn't my wand working? And God is like, okay, I'm gonna give it back to you. I'm gonna give the wand back its power, but like right now you just need to sit back, relax, and I got this. And it's going to feel like, as I mentioned, I'm getting that image again of someone floating on like waves, like they're in a raft and the waves are just floating them along and they have no control in which direction the waves move them. It's like I just see you all being like really angry, like you're just so mad at the fact that you don't have anything to any way of moving this the way you want to. Like you don't have any way of knowing how this is going to turn out, when it's going to happen. It's like you just have to really sit back and let it play out, because I feel like you don't only have the control on which way this is going to go, but you don't even have control over the timing in which like this is going to happen. So you're just like sitting there helpless because you're not being told anything. You're just going along for the ride and letting the ride, like letting everything happen to you. It's not like you're letting it, but you have no choice because you have no power. You're helpless, you're powerless for the moment. But like I said, when everything plays out, you're going to be so happy that that you weren't given that control. Because it's like, as you're going through the twists and turns of this last little part to reach that critical part of your journey, I get that when you look back at this time when the power was stripped from you, you're going to reflect and say like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy the power wasn't in my hands, because I wouldn't have done that. I would have done that so much differently. Like at that time I was so mad, I was so frustrated, I would have done this and I would have messed up everything. You're going to see at the end of everything why you're in this helpless position now. Because as you're going through these little twists and turns, you're going to get so mad. Like I said, you're going to get so emotionally triggered because it's just so much happening and you have zero control. And it's like you're wanting to get off the ride, but you can't. It's still going and you're strapped in with no chance of release. And so yeah, you're just going to be mad on that ride and just hoping it comes to an end soon. But when it comes to an end, you're going to be met with a beautiful, outcome. And so, yeah, you're going to be very grateful that you didn't have any say in the way those last little twists and turns happen. I'm hearing Whitney Houston's song Miracle. There's a miracle in store. I'm hearing those lyrics specifically. So yeah, I feel like you're right on the precipice of a miracle happening in your life. And as I said, you being the human that you are, you don't understand what's happening now, why it's happening the way it's happening. All you know is that things aren't happening the way you want it in this moment. And so you have no idea that all of the things that are happening are a part of this miracle. I'm hearing it's a necessity. All of this is playing out in order for this miracle to have this particular outcome. But yeah, I just get like the guidance that you usually have, where God just kind of lets you take over and he like gives you a light little nudge on which way is the right way to go. He's completely just put his hand on you and just moving you the way he wants you to move, because he's like, I can't do this right now. Like, you just strap in. I just keep getting that. Like, he's like, strap in, put your hands inside, strap in. I got this. During this time where you realize that you have no control, I feel like you're going to be the most submissive to the divine, the most submissive to God. So you could find yourself praying a lot, asking for clarity, or I'm hearing protection, because you're like, okay, if I'm not going to have power, then please just, I'm hearing protect my heart. So like when I mentioned that you could get emotionally triggered around this time, you might be praying for God to protect your heart from the pain or from this emotional triggering that you're going to be experiencing, because you're like, I'm helpless, I can't do anything, and the least you can do is just to take this worry, this pain, these I'm getting like very like heavy emotions. Yeah, it's like you're just asking for him to take that away. Like, okay, I'm on this ride, I have no control, but can you at least just make it a little easier for me emotionally to deal with this? That's what I'm getting. Okay, so that's about all I have for you all for this filming and general energy reading. I hope this reading was helpful to you. And again, if you have not checked out your monthly zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of the year, your love forecast for the rest of the year, you can go ahead and check out the Vimeo links below to view those. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, link to that information below as well. And follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance. And I'll be back with more readings, lovelies. Bye.